we fight to gain what we cannot take with us. It's in our nature.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Assassin's Creed Syndicate 100% walkthrough. This is sequence 3, Somewhere That's Green. It immediately begins by chasing down this little thief. He's going to lure you into a bunch of the gang members and we're going to get into a bit of fisticuffs. And you're going to get introduced to a counter mechanic where when the enemy attacks you by itself, it takes them about 9 weeks to think about it and then they'll attack. But if you attack them when they guard, they will immediately counter very quickly. So if you ever attack somebody guarding, and to tell if they're guarding, their HP gets like a guarded aesthetic over it, you immediately have to do a counter afterwards. You press anything else and you generally get hit. It's pretty particular, and it comes quite quick too, so it can be tough to get used to. And then in the middle of a combo, every so often, they will recover and do a very quick attack. And I've yet to really understand when they do that to telegraph it, because it seems to come out real quick. And compared to, you know, sending you a postcard mentioning that they're quite angry with you and then attacking, it's a big contrast. But I shit-fisted both of them. Evie turns up and she's going to race you towards a rooftop. And I compel you to stay on the ground and use the lift that I'm going to show you and then carry on. But learn from my mistakes. I completely thought it was the roof closer and it was actually the one behind. So I end up climbing something that's superfluous and I nearly lose. And you have to beat her because it's one of the 100% requirements. So she's way faster than us at this point as well. She's got that speed. But if you hit this, you're going to get such an advantage. And all you want to do is run directly forward and run across the chain. I start climbing things. I don't know why. I just do. You know, it's just one of those moments where like, shit, that's the wrong roof. And then I get down here. And then I get back on tow. But it was closer than it needed to be. So post cutscene, you're going to get introduced to this assassin guy who stands out like a sore thumb in this time period, and I have absolutely no idea of like the racial integration at this point in England, but I don't know, I think that dude would have a really hard time, because it turns out back in these days, we thought we ruled and owned the world, and in a lot of ways we did. I say we like I was somehow part of it, but you know what I mean. It was a bustling empire, and turns out if you weren't white, you had a rough time, which, you know, we're still not past it, are we? We're still not there, but it's getting better. So I skipped out a whole bunch of stuff in that sequence there, because there's going to be a lot of moments here where you're following and you're doing nothing but listening to exposition. So watch this. On my first run, I got attacked by 2 chariots and I was bashing them and it was like road rash and it was really fun. This encounter, they never caught up to me and I got away. So I didn't have to do any fighting, and I didn't get to show you the really fun chariot moments. I say chariot, bloody... What is this called? Stagecoach? Stagecoach and horse and coach? Horse? I don't know. There's a word, I can't find it. But all you need to do now is reach Henry Green's shop, and that's going to be the end of this pretty short mission. However, Sequence 3 has a few more in its repertoire, so I'm going to see you in those. But the game has a really handy waypoint, which works really well. Big fan of that. Doesn't make a lot of sense, even though we're in Anonymous, but then again, why does it have to make sense? It's a video game, and it works, and it helps the player, so I approve Ubisoft, thank you very much. But that's the end of the mission. Here comes the mission structure. Arrive before Evie, and there's your experience and your money bonus. So thank you for watching, guys, and you take care now.